been staying over. Fucked it so long, I'm finally sober. To the edge, I've been drawing closer. Lately I'm a loner, a stoner, a loser. Yeah, I'm fucking poser, alone, life for no one. Love to act so talented, reality you've got none. I don't like it so much, I'm honest, you just crave attention, that crown like a dog shit. Yeah, I really wanna fade away. Nothing really matters in the end when we fade away. Fade away, all that I will away. I just wanna find a way to make you stay, I just wanna levitate, don't hesitate to make you wait. I just wanna fuck you till my bones and blood disintegrate. I just wanna touch you, feel your body heat right next to me. I just wanna love you, wanna fuck you, wanna levitate. Levitate, I'll levitate. No matter what, like this, I just come from my way. I'll levitate, all damn night I'll stay awake. Till my fucking guts and everything I've got all on the pitch. Lost my best friend, for that it's over. So many moments never found their closure. Alone, lazy fucking stoner. Lately I've been thinking this was destined to be over. Yeah, fucking pussy, so sick listening to groaning. Goddamn time you man up to mistakes, now time you own them. I've been feeling lonesome, alone, and so homesick. Driving home, reflecting past 3 months, that shit was toxic. Yeah, I'll levitate. No matter what, like this, I just don't throw my way. I'll levitate, all damn night I'll stay awake. Still my fucking guts and everything I've got all on the pitch. I've been drifting, I keep falling off the deep end. I've been slipping, losing grip of myself. I feel different, I keep falling off the world's edge. I'll never sleep no more, I'll never sleep no more. I've been drifting, I keep falling off the deep end. I've been slipping, losing grip of myself. I feel distant, I keep falling off the world's edge. I'll never sleep no more, I'll never sleep no more. Fuck a silver lining, I just wanna feel right again. I just really wanna feel how I felt back then, when it felt real, so real. Yeah. Wide awake at 5 AM, I don't really wanna fight again. I just really wanna feel her skin on my skin, her breath on my neck. I've been drifting, I keep falling off the deep end. I've been slipping,
What's up, everybody? How we doing? Happy Wednesday. Not a lot of really significant movement over the last couple days. I know we've had like a lot of chop. Been trying to tell my students not to trade this. It's very difficult to trade. It's very much just to liquidate people before the big move. Most likely, we're going to talk about this, but I more or less think the market's going down, like always. Not necessarily always, but at least in this kind of structure, it should be going down. With that said, guys, try not to, get stuck in all this, I guess, scammy price action. All you're doing is setting yourself up for failure. I haven't made a trade since, I guess, really here, or maybe even here, like a big trade. Because again, honestly, this is just very, very scammy price action, very much just to liquidate people. And again, we're more focused on the larger time frames. But with that said, Grandpa, how you doing? Buy a Trios. 60x is easy 200k TPS. I've never heard of that, and it sounds like a scam. My friend Abraham will help us. I don't know what that means. What's up, Crypto Mike? How you doing? I know a magic snake hunter named Lee. Right. I don't know what that means either, but okay. You guys are freaking random today. Sniper, you the Telegram price chat for Trios? Oh, these are probably a bunch of bots. What's up, yes sir? How's it going? How's it going? Just gonna give it like another minute for a couple more people to join, and then we'll start off with stocks. Just a little quick announcement. I'll probably say this twice over live stream. Inspo Crypto and I are looking at doing like a collaborative live stream. I think I'm gonna host it. He might live stream at the same time. To be honest, honestly, I have no idea. But I will be joined by Inspo this Sunday at 2 p.m. Eastern time. I'll put a notification in Discord and probably tweet something tomorrow. Looking forward to it. I mean, his analysis has really complemented mine. He talks more about net flow data, meaning like accumulation, distribution, certain patterns that he sees with coins going on and off, stable coins going on and off exchange. And then on top of that, myself, you guys know me, I look more at technical analysis. I don't really look at all the other stuff. So when I see his data and compare it with mine, if we're usually both on the same page, generally we're both right. So yeah, looking forward to that live stream. Unfortunately, we can't do it during the week just because Inspo lives all the way in Europe and I'm in the U.S., so it just doesn't make sense to do that. Market being boring today. No, the market's not boring. You guys are just impatient. I think a lot of people expect Bitcoin to do these crazy moves every single day and for there to be trades every single day. Guys, 99% of trading is doing nothing and 1% is hitting a buy or a sell button or a short button and then possibly hitting a stop loss. Okay, so this notion that the market's boring, it's really not boring. You are just impatient. I think I've looked at charts for a total of 2 hours this week, aside from live streaming. And this, again, the notion that the market's boring, the market sucks, the market's this. Guys, zoom out. Like, stop watching 15-minute charts. Stop watching 1 hour charts. I would even say stop watching 2 hour. Watch 4 hour daily, weekly. Check the chart maybe 3 or 4 times a day for a couple minutes at a time. You really don't need to be wasting your life looking at a chart with your forehead on the screen the whole entire time. The most money that is made in this market is by swing trading. I can guarantee it. Unless you're some grandmaster day trader, which 99.99% of you are not, and I am not. I am not even wasting my time with day trading because this market is scammy as hell. Again, unless you're some grandmaster day trader and you can literally catch every single up and down move, the best way and the easiest way, I guess best, easiest, and most risk-free way other than dollar cost averaging would be swing trading. And that's what we do on this live stream. So again, the notion that this market is boring, no, you are just impatient. You guys need to have more patience in this market if you want to make money. You can't jump the gun on trades. You can't just willy-nilly buy and sell whenever you feel like it. You can't watch a 15-minute chart all the time, because if you're watching a 15, a 1 hour, and a 2 hour all the time, you're going to miss the pattern, the signs on the daily. And it's happened to me. Like, I got caught up in the 15-minute and the 4 hour, or in the 2 hour, 1 hour, and I completely missed a swing trade because I wasn't watching the daily. I wasn't paying attention what the daily was saying. Although, like, the 2 hour, hourly time frames and the minute time frames are bearish, the daily was extremely bullish and we were bottoming. So, again, guys, stop being impatient. Just have patience. Focus on the daily. Let the daily be your guide. And then maybe look a little bit at the 4 hour from there. You were both a cool combination to listen and learn. Yeah, I think Inspo's really, really good. He's obviously a lot nicer than I am. But again, part of my sternness or stubbornness is because I've been in this market longer than a lot of people on Twitter. A lot of well-known analysts have not, like, they came into this market in like 2019, 2020, 2021. So yeah. Bitcoin going up or down? That's a stupid question. Like, if I told you up and it went down, what does that accomplish? That's kind of what I mean. What's up, Rome? We having a shit season with salt and pepper today? Possibly. Possibly, man. All right, well, now that we got a bunch of people in, I went off my little rant. Let's look at stocks first. So, Dow Jones. I mean, guys, I can't draw this any better than it is. It looks like the Dow, and I'm guessing the S&P and the NASDAQ are going to pretty much look the same like they always do. But we pretty much anticipated a retest of this neckline. And again, we've left this, for those of you that are new, we've left this drawn on the chart for quite some time. One thing that I do kind of want to add here, not clean, but this kind of like RSI trend line, possibly, I mean, we're still in a downtrend. We haven't made any divergences, and I'm still anticipating hitting this 30,000 level before any significant either sideways movement or upward movement. Yeah, this is a classic head and shoulders breakdown retest, and most likely going to continue to the bottom. Why is a retest? Why did we retest? Why are retests important? Retests are important because it helps reset in order to continue. So usually when you break down a big distributive pattern like this, you'll have a retest of the neckline or the prior support line, and then you'll continue to the downside. So pretty much following this exactly how we thought it was going to be, although, you know, we bottomed out way down here. I mean, for those of you guys that know me, I don't trade stocks. I don't care what, not that I don't care what the index funds are doing. It's very important to know what the indexes are doing, but I don't trade stocks because, one, President Biden could die tomorrow and the stock market could shit itself. Now, would crypto also? Possibly. But the problem with the stock market is I find that it's a lot more like news-based, a lot more like the TA like works, but not my system. My system doesn't work as well. Plus, I don't like that it's not 24/7. Why the stock market still isn't 24/7 is a mystery to me. Plus, I just think trading crypto is a lot easier. Like, why would you go into trading stocks where you'll make less money, there's less volatility, and it's harder to trade? When you can go into crypto, it's 10 times easier. There's more volatility. And on top of that, it's 24/7, so you can have a stop loss in it. And if it gets hit while you're asleep at 3 in the morning, you know, you're protected. I actually had a friend lose over $100,000 because his stop loss got skipped in pre-market. It's freaking crazy. Inspo is live too. Is he live right now? What's your capitulation line? We'll talk about that when we talk about Bitcoin. What's up, Derek? I appreciate that, man. No hablo inglés. Sorry. I wish I knew more Spanish, and I mean, my girlfriend's Puerto Rican, so I know just enough Spanish to get by. I actually did take like 5 years of Spanish. I just wish I was better at it. Start DCA Bitcoin around 26K and under. I'm not starting my DCA until I see the stock market crash. Price can also gap in crypto though. I've never had an issue where my stop loss didn't get hit. I've never had that unless you're trading like on a shitty exchange and you're trading shitty altcoins, which I don't. There is literally no reason to trade altcoins unless we're at the peak of the bull market. and you're trading with like 5% of your portfolio. Link is worth watching? I don't think so. I don't think like anything but Ethereum. I really don't watch. I'm going to be completely honest. Not because if you believe in that altcoin, for sure, go into it. But I just don't care for altcoins that were pre 2018 or sorry, post 2018. Like Ethereum has survived a bear market and has made all-time highs. 90% of the other altcoins that were in 2018 have not broken all-time highs and are still getting wrecked to this day. A good portion of the newer projects are scams, used as exit liquidity, scams, like I already said, and scams. So although they might have a good dev team, they might have good whatever, most of them are literally just pumping up schemes. It's ridiculous. They say there's a bull flag on S&P 500. The S&P 500 has confirmed a Head and Shoulders breakdown and retest, like to the T. This is not a bull flag. A bull flag would look like this, where you go up and then you kind of go sideways. You have that like bull flag with trend lines, and then you break out like that. This is a distribution pattern, and we also have some fundamentals to confirm this distribution pattern. We know that there was the largest wealth transfer from wealthy individuals selling their stocks last summer, so 2021. Unless you live under a rock, this data was public, and people ignored it. They said, "Oh, this is just a trap. This is that. They don't know what they're doing." Like, guys, we are very clearly entering recession. These people knew what was going to happen. When I saw this data, I sold my stocks. I believe it was in September, so I got out like right around here. And you might say, "Oh, well, you missed a 5% move." That's great, but I was also in all of this, and I confirmed like 100% gain in about a year and a half. So, I actually got out of my old 401k, paid the 20% tax. I'll never do a 401k again. I'd rather just do a manual DCA and stocks or DCA and into crypto. But the Nasdaq, same thing, Head and Shoulders breakdown, kind of retesting this area of resistance. Again, all three index funds or index charts look extremely bearish. I'm really not expecting this notion of all-time highs anytime soon or some crazy, you guys know who I'm quoting here, but there are people that literally think that this is going to happen. That is not ever what's happened. The only time that's ever happened is COVID. And during COVID, it was a black swan event in the middle of an entirely bullish economy. The economy literally, yes, we dropped because there was fear, panic. We didn't know what COVID was, XYZ. So yes, big drop. But notice how we literally just went up after that. That's because our economy was strong. We realized that COVID wasn't a big deal. There were businesses that thrived during COVID. And on top of that, we were in a massive bull market. So any type of dump, we still had momentum to go up. So this notion that V-shaped recoveries just happen out of nowhere, that's just not what happens. And those kind of analysts need to be muted. Total charts still kind of in this area of demand. Ultimately, we have made lower closes here. So this could be worth paying attention to. There is a possibility that we broke down and we're just kind of consolidating on previous support, which is now future resistance or current resistance, and then we'll break down. I mean, you guys know I think we're going to go to this level, this $700 billion level. And for those of you that are new, total is all of crypto, so Bitcoin, Ethereum, and all of the altcoins. Oh, he's probably referring to, S&P forming bull flag on lower time frame. Yeah, but I wouldn't watch the lower time frame. Like, honestly, you're better off using the index stocks as a guide for what is going to happen over the next 6 to 12 months. No more stimulus checks to pump up the market. Yeah. We also, guys, I don't know where you live, but my gas went up a whole $1 within the last week. So I think we were at like 4.27 and now we're at 5.16. Okay? Like, I literally went to the gym today. It was 5:09, and by the time I was going home, so like 2 hours later, I came home, and it was like 5. So it was 5:09, and it was like 5:16, 5:17. Like, that's crazy. Like, unbelievable. Like, what are we doing? What are we doing out here? This is ridiculous. And there are people that think, oh, this is the bottom, this is that, this is another thing. Guys, the reason why this isn't the bottom is because people still have a little bit of money left. And once that money runs out, this economy turns to shit because people can't buy anything anymore. I talked about this last live stream. There's a lot of people who still have COVID money, who still are taking on debt and not reaping the consequences for it, that are still living the lifestyle they lived 6 to 18 months ago. Maybe not 18, 6 to 12 months ago. And there's this notion that when food goes up, gas goes up, basically when prices go up, you start to adjust, right? So my gas went up, so I'm trying to walk, I'm trying to walk to places if it's a short distance, or, if you live kind of in a city, instead of driving, you buy a bike so you can cut down on those costs, yada, yada. There are people that are still living, and I'd say most people are still living like they did 6 to 12 months ago. They're still buying, eating out at expensive restaurants 2 and 3 times a week. Still buying expensive food all the time. Still buying expensive protein powders and goods and services, whatever. And here's what happens. So let me paint you this scenario really, really fast because I did this already on Monday. Imagine that you are a consumer and you go to a restaurant 3 times a week because you had the money to 6 to 12 months ago. You still do it now, even though costs have gone up. And let me tell you, one of the taco places my girlfriend and I went to, it used to be like $60 for both of us to go and get a couple of drinks and food. It was $130. Like, we get the same thing every single time. It was unbelievable. So anyway, you go to a restaurant 3 times a week. Maybe you're like a Thursday, Friday, Saturday person, or maybe you get lunch somewhere during the week and then you eat out on the weekends. Regardless, let's say you eat out 3 times a week. So these restaurants that you are eating out 3 times a week, now let's say you go from spending all this money to like, oh, now shit, I'm broke and now I can't go out and I'm living paycheck to paycheck and I can't go to this expensive restaurant, or not even expensive restaurant, this restaurant, or get DoorDash or whatever. You go from literally 100 to 0. It's not like, oh, I went from eating out 3 times a week to maybe once or twice. You're going from 100 to 0. There are literally people not saving any money. They're spending every single nickel and dime they have. And honestly, I think it's because we've never taught people how to be responsible with their money, which is pretty sad. But regardless, this is one example of thousands I can give, of thousands of goods and services, even with gas. Like, I don't know how else to explain that. We have not even seen the worst of this recessive economic slowdown, because the economy still looks pretty good, right? But when everybody stops buying shit and stops spending money because they don't have any money, what happens? Your economy goes from looking excellent to literally dropping in exponential amount because the middle class and maybe some of the upper middle class aren't spending any more money. Maritime law, they rule in the waters. Don't get how big this is. What are you talking about? I room and I love talk. I do too. I appreciate you a lot, man, a lot with Trader SC and Trader XO. Yeah, I've tried to reach out to both of them. They won't answer me. They will not answer me. Main's waited for like 2 years for this. Now Link has utility tokenomics. Yeah, but it's like $6 and it was $50 a little while ago. They don't want people to be responsible with their money. That's what happened in Lebanon, a fast collapse within 2 years. I mean, that's essentially, like, here's the thing. I don't think, you could literally buy stocks now and you'll probably be fine a couple of years from now. But here's the thing. If the U.S. economy collapses, the whole world's fucked. You're fucked. I don't care what anyone's, it's basically the U.S. and China, right? Biggest exporter, biggest importers. If they lose, everybody loses. And it's the same argument with like USDT and the exchanges. Like, if USDT goes to 0, everyone's fucked. So here's the thing: is like, if you're an investor, you're a long-term investor, you see all these drops, and you start slowly buying, because ultimately we will bounce back from this. We've bounced back from way worse. I don't think, although these problems are bad and we need probably a couple years to fix them, we'll bounce back. And the good thing about this, and some positive news, I believe we'll bounce back and go extremely high, especially in crypto, because there is a new, I guess, market. So there's new individuals that are going to enter and start trading. You saw with COVID, everyone started trading because we had an up-only market. You have things like Robinhood, like all these new exchanges that have coming out. Charles Schwab. You have all of these accesses to the stock market, and people, you can literally grab my phone and start trading. Like, it's that easy. It's not hard at all. And to me, that tells me that there is a market that will join in when this whole shitstorm is over, and there's money in their pockets, and they can take it and invest, and they're going to put it in something. They're going to put it crypto, stocks, whatever, real estate, whatever. But every asset will bounce and go significantly higher, because investing is now becoming more of a real thing. Like, there's TikToks, there's YouTube, there's Instagram. There's me doing my live stream. Like, I didn't do this 3 years ago, and now I am, because people want to watch. They want to pay attention. I have a trading class, and it's filled with 80 people, because people want to learn how to trade. They want to be self-sufficient. They want to make extra money. They want to learn what to do, and whether that's trading dollar cost averaging or whatever. I think that there is a huge market waiting to enter any market, and specifically crypto, because we're, the younger generation wants to be more tech savvy. That will enter crypto, and you'll see these huge parabolic gains. Now, will it be overnight? Hell no. Will it be something like this? No, that's not how that works. But just know that there will be opportunities in the future for all of these apps. Total 2, and sorry for all the rambling on, but Total 2, same thing as Total 1. Is this a possible retest of resistance, and we're just going to continue lower? Possibly, but we really need to lose this lower line where all these wicks, where we bounced off all these wicks. Total 3, same thing as Total 2. Don't want to waste a lot of time here. Ultimately, we will capitulate if we break this yellow line. Same thing with Total 1 and Total 2. Total 1, you break the purple line, capitulation. Total 2, you break the golden line, capitulation. Why is that? Because you're looking at a possible 50% correction. A possible 50% correction, I believe. What is this? 27 from the top of support. Let's even see. Top of support. So about a 30% correction. Is my math really that off? 686. Oh, because that's almost 500. That's why. I saw 400 and I'm like, wait, 200. That should be close. But it's not. Anyways, you're looking at capitulation. I mean, ultimately a pretty big crash. And below this, which honestly, I think your Total 2 and Total 3 bottom out here. Right at about 254 billion. Total 1, though, I think will bottom out somewhere. And you have to remember, this is Bitcoin and altcoins. I think this will bottom out somewhere around here. This 541 billion. You'll probably hit this. People will panic, will drop a little bit more, accumulate, and then start shooting back up. Now, as unbelievable as this seems, guys, crypto has never, ever, ever seen an economic slowdown or economic recession. Crypto has only seen a bull market across every asset class and across economy. So if we take that into perspective, there's a good chance that this volatile and speculative asset is going to drop like a rock when stocks crash. Everybody is quiet in the chat and paying attention. Love to see it. Appreciate it. I was wondering why everyone was quiet. It cost 250 CAD to order king crab legs, $150 last year. Jeez. Yeah, I know stone crab. So for those of you who don't know, I used to live in southern Florida. Used to eat stone crab a lot. Now, has it always been expensive? Yeah, it's been a little expensive. Dude, it's like $50 a pound. And maybe I'm over exaggerating here, but I'm pretty sure it's like $30 to $50 a pound. Let's even, just because I'm curious. All right. It's not going to tell me. $35. Oh no, 7 claws per pound. Oh yeah, 35, 42, $68. It's crazy how expensive everything. Unbelievable. And that's seafood, right? So seafood's always going to be expensive. Love the rambling. I don't think it's rambling, but how you doing, Fox? Good to see you, but where's your wife? Dude, she she's like working out, I think. I don't know what she's doing. She's coming over later. I'm making a bunch of food. Let's teach them responsibility with a couple more stimmies. uh you are the best analyst, bro. I appreciate it. Joe's Stone Crab. Yeah, dude, Joe's is always packed no matter how expensive everything. Freaking wild. But the DXY pretty much bouncing. Now, did I get the level of bounce right? No, but this is a generic model. We were just using this as a reference point, expecting a bounce, and I expect to retest at least 105 again. If we, excuse me, if we reject 105, we're definitely looking at a very possible double top before going down. However, we know that fundamentally and right now technically the DXY is extremely bullish. I mean, they want to tighten, they want to raise the value of the dollar, they want to lower inflation and ultimately bring value to the dollar, which is going to hurt every other asset class. USDT.D. So essentially, this is green, crypto will go down. This is red, crypto will go up. So right now, just kind of consolidating. We said that there could be a small pullback, or we just move sideways and go up. Regardless, we are in price discovery, and this is extremely bearish for crypto in general. What this means is that more stable coins are taking over exchanges, which means that profit taking is taken off exchanges. I'm not sure, but basically what it means is profit taking is happening. Yeah, I think that's Jamie. Yeah, Jamie. That's exactly what I'm trying to point at is when your prices are going up, there's less money to be invested. And crypto is a volatile speculative asset that virtually has no use case. At least right now. I mean, I know that there will be use cases, and for those of you who know, I'm extremely bullish on crypto long term. But, crypto is pretty much useless right now. It gets its value from the supply and demand of the market by, basically the value of the people, what people value it at. And ultimately, everything else going up in value means that there's less money to enter the market. Get some Wendy's? Maybe. I'm traveling again soon, and that's usually when I eat fast food because I never really do. So I'm probably gonna save my fast food for then. What do I think of gold and silver? I think gold's at its peak. I believe. I mean, I can click on it real quick, but maybe it'll continue up. I thought this would for sure break down and we'd have a double top, but looks like it's kind of bouncing. DXY could consolidate below 105, test the resistance a couple more times, and break up. I mean, yeah, that's essentially what I'm thinking as well. I really don't. I mean, it's probably not going to get it in one go. It's probably going to make a bull flag like this, and then we'll break to the upside. So you're definitely on the right page. There's nothing wrong with this. But yeah, people believe that like the DXY is topped out, that it's going back down. Like, guys, this is an extremely bullish structure. I very much expect this to continue going up. Will crypto crash this Friday or next Friday after the FOMC meeting and options expire? Crypto will crash whenever it crashes. I don't know, and I'm not a genie. Sorry, man. Exactly. You buy a coin like Ethereum, but I don't physically. Well, you have to think about it this way. Like, when shit hits the fan and people don't have money, let's say, you know, let's say everything's effed, right? And money is kind of worthless. Let's talk about let's take this back to the Great Depression. Cash was king, or food, food, like people exchanged food for things, or, would do labor for food or whatever. So what happens if you don't have any money, no cash to exchange for food? What are you going to do? Give someone a Bitcoin? Like, I know that, some people be like, oh yeah, I'd take a Bitcoin, but like, if you're a starving human being, or you need goods to get by, you're not going to take a Bitcoin. Like, you're not going to, like, no one's going to take your Bitcoin. No one's going to care. They want to survive. So that's just my take. Like, if shit hits the absolute fan. It's like when shit hits the fan, bullets, cash, and like gold are like the only things you should really have. Dude, what is with these bots, man? Now I gotta get rid of this guy. That's so annoying. Gotta get rid of this freaking. Freaking bots. See, we should put him in timeout for 5 years. Good. So stupid. I hate, like, they really need to do something. It is really annoying. All right, let's get into what you guys came here for, which is Bitcoin. So someone asked earlier, what is your capitulation zone, or when do you think capitulation will happen? Here you go. So ultimately, capitulation for me is around the 30 to 28K. We start closing candles below this area, and things get ugly. We've always had a capitulation zone in 2013, 2014. We can see that multiple tests of support here, almost a resistance hit here. 2018, multiple at 6K, and then here in 2020 to 2022, 30K. This 30K to 28K level has been a huge area of both resistance and support. So again, if I'm going to be completely honest with you here, 28 to 30K capitulation, you lose it, it's over, done. Crypto is going to most likely drop another probably 50 to 60%. Honestly, I don't believe that the 200 weekly moving average is the bottom. I do think we're going to fall through and possibly see like a 13 to 7K or 17K Bitcoin. So if we zoom in here, if I'm going, 13 to 17K, that's where my bottom is. It's been my bottom forever. Unfortunately, I was calling for a bottom back over here, and the moving average has moved up quite a bit. However, guys, accumulation is over multiple weeks and multiple months. So even if we do bottom at 24K, we're going to sit here for quite a while. So you'll have plenty of time to buy, and we'll pretty much know it's the bottom. But again, I want to say this again very loud and clear. Crypto has never seen an economic recession. So that's kind of why I'm throwing out the idea of this 200 weekly being the bottom. Again, we have not seen anything near the end of this recessive time period. There it is. Good time to short? No, we're in the middle of a range. When you look at a chart like this, we haven't been in a bear market that long compared to the past or a super large drop. We've been in a very stagnant. I wouldn't even say this is a bear or a bull market, this entire thing. This is a very stagnant distribution or distributive market. And now once we basically break below this, we're in a bear market. I mean, to be honest, I think we're in a bear market because we've lost a lot of this here. But essentially, this whole thing has been stagnant. It's been a very stagflated market, or stagflation. If you guys look into like what happened with stagflation, the stock market essentially did this. So very stagnant market. All right, let's zoom in on the daily. Give you guys a little bit of a clue what's going on. So, told my students this morning, looking at a daily chart, this looks pretty. Oh, this is a 4-hour. This looks pretty bearish. Couple reasons. One, we have volume trending down, price going sideways. We have absolutely no divergences on RSI and MACD. And then with MACD, we're actually going to hit this inflection point and then turn to the downside. You can see that it happened multiple times. So if we look in December, we almost hit that inflection point, still staying in the bear zone, and then dumped. Here, now granted, this is a big sideways corrective area, so MACD did end up going into the bull zone periodically, but volume was not sustainable for it to hold there. Again, I think that this is similar to December. We're looking at another big bear flag. There's really no signs of reversal. And when I say really no, there are literally no signs of reversal. This is not bullish divergence. We still have a low here. We have not made a lower low. So if we made a lower low like this and RSI dipped to here, that would be bullish divergence. Like that would be your key to possibly see a reversal. And just to give you guys another piece of analysis of divergence or reversals. So in this stage, we're actually going down with price, kind of making, lower lows here, and we have bullish divergence here. So that's one clue. This market's most likely going to reverse. We have bullish price action or bearish price action exhaustion. You have volume going down, price making lower closes or ultimately going down. On top of that, you have a double bottom here. And then again, you have bullish divergences on MACD. Your price is going down, your MACD is going up. All signs of reversals. So I know that was very quick and summarized, but let's go back to this. We have absolutely no signs of reversal. We actually have price going up ultimately, or price going sideways, at least from the wick, with volume going down. That's a sign of consolidation, which means that we are most likely going to continue the current trend being down. On top of that, looks like MACD is getting weaker, and we should drop soon. I mean, ultimately, next couple days, next week, I am anticipating this to drop to support, which is 19.7K. How do I get 19.7K? Look at a weekly. Look at the prior all-time high. There's literally no resistance or support in here. Price literally just shot up, so I'm expecting price to literally just shoot down to support. Yeah, that's my daily analysis, or at least for the daily time frame. I mean, I don't know what you guys think. I don't know if any of you are bullish, but again, I trade this system. It's worked for me for the last 5 years, and I'm not going to trade against it. You're convinced that we're going to go down? Thank you for your insight. Yes, absolutely. Is it bullish convergence? I don't know what that is. It's gonna be. No idea what that is. But let's zoom in a little more, look in the 4 hour. So again, earlier in the stream, I kind of talked about how a lot of scammy price action in here. Really, the only tradable moves were this and possibly this pump. Although I think on the 1 hour we had a double bottom, but again, I don't look at the 1 hour. We weren't at support, whereas here we were at near resistance. So taking a short here would have been appropriate. Possibly taking a short here would have been appropriate since we're so close to that supply zone. But honestly, guys, we are right in between supply and demand. So we could literally shoot up, hit supply, and then go all the way back down. As for reversal patterns on a lower time frame, I don't see any. None of this really looks bullish or bearish. It just looks like we're squeezing, or let's even look at Bollinger Bands. It looks like we're just kind of bouncing between the Bollinger Bands, possibly trying to build volatility for a move. Again, if the daily and the weekly are bearish, we're most likely going to go down, which they are definitely bearish. There's zero bullishness on the daily and weekly. Is there no relief rally coming? We already had a relief rally. Guys, we already had the relief rally. The relief rally was this. That was your relief rally. There will not be a relief rally. There's no need for a relief rally. Do you analyze altcoins on your stream? Not really. I look at Ethereum, but I don't find any use in going over altcoins in a bear market because they literally go down, and 99% of them are scams. The more you focus on Bitcoin and Ethereum, the more money you will make in this market. I can almost guarantee it. I know there's always an exception to the rule. There's that one person who puts $1,000 in Altcoin and it goes up 10,000%, and they make $100 million or whatever. But guys, if you are a trader, avoid altcoins. Avoid altcoins at all costs. Avoid the scams and the bullshit price action. They're mostly used, again, exit pumps, scams. There's really not, there's 22,000 altcoins. Do you really think they're all going to last? No, they're not. It's going to be Bitcoin and Ethereum and maybe 2 or 3 others. And you guys can argue with me all day about what altcoins are good and what alts are bad. We just saw Luna do a minus. Well, it went to 0. It was delisted pretty much from every single exchange. So, a couple weeks ago, people were like, "Oh, Luna this, Luna's so strong, Duquan this and that, and this and that, and they have a great dev team and a great this and a great that." Well, now it doesn't exist anymore. So I know this is one example, but there are hundreds, probably thousands of examples within the crypto space on what Luna did. Dude, Ezra, I'll always be a G, man. I'll always be around, but I appreciate the kind words. Really, really do. Tweezer top DCA out opportunity 1 week time frame. Bro, what language are you speaking? Luna was a great invest. Yeah, like shorting it. I mean, look, if you want to short altcoins, go ahead. But for the most part, I mean, there's just too many alts to analyze. Like there's just too many. And it's really, really hard to predict what's going to happen with alts because they'll just do whatever they want. TA doesn't work nearly as well on alts as it does with Bitcoin. Roman, how does exit liquidity really work? Well, here's what happens. So exit liquidity. Here's exit liquidity. So what happens is basically you have a big institution. So you have a big institution that wants to sell their Bitcoin. I think that's probably mess that up. But it's institution wants to sell their Bitcoin, take it off exchanges. What do? So what they'll do is they'll pump the price with very, very low volume. And then your moon boys, your moon clowns, will tell you that this is bullish and that we're going to go back to 50K and you're missing out and you're an idiot for selling at the bottom and XYZ. So then you buy the top. You are actually buying this guy's Bitcoin, and then we don't. Why? Because this guy had way more Bitcoin than you could buy and ultimately price dumped. It's why every single time we have one of these little pumps. So here, we have one here, one here, maybe one right here. That's all exit liquidity. Like all the people that bought at those tops, you were exit liquidity. And that's how that works. Basically, the big boys try to pump the price of Bitcoin with derivatives so they don't have to actually buy Bitcoin. And then your moon boy friends will tell you how bullish it is and how you're an idiot for not buying and that it's going to the moon or 50K or whatever, going to do this. Or you'll have Egris go V-shape recovery like this. And that's not how that works. Big shout out to you, Egris. Go fuck yourself. Trying talking shit behind my back is pretty weak. I'm not going to lie. I wasn't talking any shit about you. I was calling you out on your very inconsistent analysis. So, here's to you, brother. You are my bedtime story. Late in Germany. Oh, you're in Germany. You aren't into DeFi. Not really. No, not really. I'm telling you, and I'm going to say this again, you can literally DCA into Bitcoin and Ethereum up to $10,000 and walk away with several hundreds of thousands of dollars. Like, one, it's safer. You don't have to worry about, your whatever coin going to zero because it got delisted or was backed by some bullshit or the dev team just quit on it. You have the safety of if any crypto is going to make it, it's Bitcoin and Ethereum. It just makes sense. Bitcoin and Ethereum, two of the only cryptos that are going to matter. It's the only things that, the banks and the institutions and the whales really pay attention to. Again, they're household names. They're the two largest per market cap. So if you're going to bet on those, it's like betting against index. They're basically like index stocks, but they're extremely volatile. So you can easily get a 10 to 20x on Bitcoin and easily a 20 to 80x on Ethereum if you just dollar cost average over time. Now, granted, this is post capitulation, so we need to capitulate, then begin DCAing. But my point is, stop trying to find the next top altcoin project. Wait for the bull market, and then when we're near the top of the bull market, when we're near like that altcoin mania phase, just literally send like 5% of your account into multiple different altcoins and make a shit ton of money, close it, and then repeat the strategy. I've done it twice now. Okay, so what you do is you DCA Bitcoin and Ethereum, make a ton of money, maybe make some swing trades along the way, make an absolute killing, and then you take maybe 5 to 10% of those profits, which again, if you turn 10,000 into 100,000, you have 10,000 to invest in all these different shit coins like Mana, like Doge, like Shiba Inu, all this shit. That way if you lose it, okay, you lost but you tried. But if you win, you could probably 50 to 100, 50x that, and then you make another $500,000 with the 10,000 that you had in, and it was very, very risk savvy. That's why I'm telling you guys, stop paying attention to altcoins. Don't DCA altcoins. Wait until the end of the bull market. Egris blocked you. Yeah, I blocked him. He's gone. I've had too many people message me about shit, and I'm tired of it. This is the guy that shorted from 30K in July until 69, or sorry, 58. I'll give him that. He shorted until 58K in late October. So you're into stocks? Not really. I don't really invest in stock. They just don't move like crypto does. You can make so much more money in crypto. It's crazy. But all right, let's keep moving on. Bitcoin dominance. Again, this is extremely bullish. People keep saying that Bitcoin dominance is topped out. The only thing I see is that Bitcoin dominance is going to continue going higher. We have a very bullish structure with this double bottom first, consolidation, then another double bottom, upward movement. We're probably going to get some sideways movement, maybe a decent pullback, sideways movement, and then continue the way up. We've seen it happen before in the past. Your altcoins are getting absolutely wrecked. And for those of you that are new to this market, you're in for a rude awakening if you are invested in altcoins still. Just because they're down 90% now doesn't mean they won't drop another 90% over the next couple months. If you think Bitcoin's a speculative and volatile asset, your altcoins are 100 times more volatile and speculative than what Bitcoin is. And now that we are, either in recession, entering recession, whatever you want to believe, your volatile and speculative assets that are 100 times more volatile and speculative than Bitcoin are going to absolutely get wrecked. No, I really don't care for any altcoins. Like, you can keep. Can you talk in French? I don't understand your talk very quick. I don't know any French. I apologize. Fortunately, I the only language I know is I halfway know Spanish and I kind of know some Chinese. Yeah, I'm sorry guys. I really don't care for altcoins. I've learned the hard way, and I really don't care for them anymore. How long do you hold your position? It depends what kind of trade I'm in. So Ethereum. One thing I do like and am paying attention to is Ethereum. A couple things. One, we have bullish divergences here. We have ultimately price going down and making divergences here. We have volume going down as price is going down. We also kind of have some divergences in MACD where price is going down and MACD is going up. However, Ethereum's still an altcoin. It's going to follow Bitcoin, but it's something to pay attention to, right? We could easily do something like this and reverse upwards. And this is more or less what I'm looking for. Some kind of double bottom, some kind of reversal pattern. We could even be making one right now. So pay attention to this and use Bitcoin as your guide here. We're very clearly in a bear market, but Ethereum kind of showing some bullish tendency right now and something to definitely pay attention to. But last but not least, let's look at Ethereum to Bitcoin. And this is my counter argument to all of the bullishness I just said on Ethereum. So don't just take what I said and just ape into Ethereum. That would not be wise. Ethereum to Bitcoin is about to get, or really Ethereum's value compared to Bitcoin is about to get absolutely smoked. We have a head and shoulders here. Your neckline either goes diagonal or horizontal. It has broken both lines. And honestly, looking to test the 0.05 4 level, which is about 8% from now. That's a pretty big drop. And then the next one, looking at 0.043, which would be about a 30% drop. Again, two big areas that you want to pay attention to for a possible reversal. Again, with Ethereum being and showing some bullish tendencies on the daily, it would be wise to pay attention to it because it could really signal maybe even a slight reversal with Bitcoin. Now, granted, we could drop down to here, do this, and go up and then go down like this. That's, not out of the question. But seriously, pay attention to Ethereum to Bitcoin and Ethereum both, because both can kind of give a clue where a potential reversal would. Yes, I'm joking. Thank you. No problem, man. Bitcoin feels like we're waiting for CPI and FOMC statements. No, Bitcoin just looks like a bear flag, and it will break down whenever it feels like it. But all right, guys, I'm gonna call it there for today. Just to leave you guys with the announcement I gave in the beginning of the live stream. I am live streaming with Inspo Crypto this Sunday at 2 p.m. Eastern. Looking forward to getting some insight from him. You guys know he and I are both pretty good friends, and I've never live streamed with him before. And I look forward to, again, just bringing his insights in. He doesn't, he looks at TA. He is a technical analyst, but he also brings in net flow data, which is very, very valuable in determining accumulation and distribution, which can give confluence to TA. So very much looking forward to Inspo this Sunday. I'll definitely have a tweet out and a Discord message probably tomorrow, just trying to keep it recent in your mind. And prepare questions because he'll be alive and ready to answer any questions. He's pretty excited, and so am I. Oh, with that said, guys, I don't know if you know this. I posted a Discord announcement and I tweeted BitGet. I got BitGet to give us a 15% off trading fees. It is the lowest trading fee that any exchange offers if you use my promo links. There's also a huge deposit bonus of like $4,163. Whether you get a big chunk of that or not, the trading fees are what I'm focused on because we are trading and I want the lowest fees possible, especially for all the people that use it. If you already use BitGet and you already use my link, the fee reductions are already priced in, programmed in to your account, so you're good. But for those of you that, if you don't have BitGet and you're looking for a better exchange with lower fees, this is a great opportunity for you. Again, 15% off fees. With all that said, guys, please be patient, use risk management, and good luck trading.